Welcome to another episode of Let's Talk Sports. I am your host, Mr. Jeremiah Khalid.
I'm like, okay, for sure. I said, that'd be a good fight. He's like, no, cakewalk. I'm like,
nobody, not one analyst is talking about Jack as a six-man.
But Jack,
yeah.
But Jack is
teammates this past August that I came out to my teammates and they took it great. They rallied around me, they supported me, and I couldn't ask for better teammates. Well, I knew from a young age that I was attracted to guys, and growing up, I didn't know if it was a phase or it was just something I wanted to find who I was and make sure I knew what was comfortable. So I didn't tell anyone growing up. This is something that I know for a while, but you know, this is to me, it's just telling another person that, hey, I'm gay, and then it shouldn't be a big problem.
Sam is projected as a fourth rounder. That means he's only gonna make about $400,000. That's $8 million less than Jones, right? For the same production. So how is he gonna make his money up? He gonna make his money up through endorsements. How many fourth rounders you know that get endorsements? Nobody.
Tom Brady.
Yeah, he worked for that though. This guy ain't did nothing in the league to work for that. And then we all know that the media is supporting the gay lifestyle. Hollywood, they promoting tight clothes, the metrosexual male, social media. If you dare go to social media and bash gays, you are going to get ridiculed.
You might be out of the league.
Yeah.
You know, worse than Michael Vick with the dogs.
Yeah.
And then, you know, even with Michael Vick and the dogs, that might have been a gay population tripping with him about that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I think the only way this goes wrong is if Michael Sam is a character. I mean, we don't know this dude's character. And if he goes Dennis Rodman on us,
yeah,
you know, because Dennis Rodman touched somebody on the behind. He touched Allen Iverson on the behind. Mm-hmm. And Adrian Broner humped a dude in the ring.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, if he's this kind of personality, I'm not saying all gay people are like that. I'm just saying, if he's this personality, he might tackle somebody and hump on them or something like that, you know, and get wild with it and play psychological games. So.
Well, it's also, let me just say one more thing. It's a monetary thing. We got to be honest. This is a monetary thing.
Let's talk sports. Who we got?
It's Joe Flood, man.
Joe Video Flood turned
What's
in
up
your
with the
resume.
floodgates?
Hey, they say you turned in your resume for the Niners and your experience as John Madden. Hey, you know we talking Michael Sam, right?
Yeah.
Did he do it for the money, Flood?
No, I don't think so, man. I applaud that young man for what he did, though, man, because you know, it's a lot of other cats that's gay in the NFL. Let's not act like he's the first gay player that ever played sports. So he did it. You know, he just wanted to be free and be who he is. But let's not get it twisted. He's about to get paid, though.
Yeah.
On that, it's gonna be some book deals and speaking engagements that he's gonna benefit off of that, though. But I ain't mad at him for that.
Yeah. Hey, Flood.
Yeah.
Can you do me a favor, right?
Uh-huh.
I want you to bring us into our next topic, right? Our next topic is on the cover of the 2008 Advocate proclaimed gay is the new black, stating this is the last great civil rights struggle. Is it fair to equate the black civil rights movement with today's gay rights struggles?
Not at all. That's the most ludicrous thing I've heard. Man, like I said before, man, they not getting lynched. Man, dude finna get paid. You finna get paid. You know what I mean? They're not getting lynched. Man, everybody in my job, I work in the corporate field. Everybody in my job that's higher up is all gay. That's right, man. If you look at sports today, people are scared to come out and talk about gays because if they come out and talk about gays, their careers don't get ruined. You know what I mean? So, ain't no way close to being no civil rights movement and comparing that to the black civil rights movement. That's crazy.
One of y'all want to
I just want to add to what Joe Flood is saying. What's up, Flood? I just want to say that there's no way that we can sit here and compare the struggle that gay people are going through to be accepted to black civil rights. I mean, I've never seen gay people, picking cotton and getting whipped with whips and getting hung and this is a thing of sexual orientation. When you comparing it to black people, you're comparing a whole nationality of people that are still continuing to struggle and have been for who knows how long, really. I applaud the man for doing what he wanted to do because he didn't even have to do this. He could have kept all of this to himself. That's why I think it's shameless promotion, and what they put in the OA advocate, that was just ridiculous. They're trying to give him too much credit for no reason.
Well, I think Jackie Robinson got death threats, and I think people need to stop comparing other people's struggles like that. Everybody's struggle is different, and they have their own struggles that they went through. And if you look at it, the gay community is pretty strong right now too, as well. So he's got a lot of support. I think the door is open for somebody to come out and say that they're a homosexual athlete today. Mm-hmm. Whereas Jackie Robinson, his family got death threats, and he had a hard road. He had to deal with insults and ridicule from teammates and opponents.
Yeah. It's not a similarity, but I can see where they're coming from. Gays have been tortured throughout history. Hate crimes, discrimination, employment, housing, etc. Harvey Milk, San Francisco supervisor, killed gay man.
Here, go ahead.
Matthew Shepard, beaten, tortured, left to die. That's just two stories. I had a cousin who was gay. And I remember growing up with my gay cousin, and he would run home, or if he had to make a run, if he had to go somewhere, he would have to run. You could tell at that point in his life, it was painful to be him. It was painful to be him. And then it all comes down to it's religion. That's what the big battle is about, religion. But in this country, we need to learn how to separate religion from state. Because even preachers, you have your personal belief, but it's personal. It's really personal. I can tell you, I go to church, and God is a God of love. I have no heaven, I have no hell to judge anyone.
Right.
That's God's decision.
Right.
So big ups to Michael Sam's. I don't think it relates.
Yeah, I agree with you, sir. This topic does not really relate the way that media wants it to. Mm-hmm. It simply doesn't.
Move on. Quick. Dunk contest. Paul George, Lillard, John Wall. This year dunk contest. Are they slowly bringing back the superstardom to this event?
No, they're not. They're not, because they are stars in their own right, but they're not the top superstars of the league. So they're just keeping the tradition going.
I disagree. I think Paul George, Harrison Barnes, those guys, and Damian Lillard, they had intrigue to it. Damian Lillard is the rookie of the year from last year as well. I think what you're saying is LeBron is not in it. And that is sort of a dark cloud because a lot of the greatest stars who were dunkers have been in the All-Star game. But I think with the names like Paul George has an attitude. So does Leonard when they play. So they going to add a little attitude to the game.
All right, moving on. I'm going to definitely agree with Jamil. It doesn't bring the superstardom back, but it brings intrigue.
It brings some superstardom.
Yeah, it brings value back to the game. Moving on, Damian Lillard participating in all 5 events. In one word, this is.
Oh, in one word, good for Oakland. Representing the O, baby. Not me, but him, but maybe me. I'm born in Oakland, raised in Frisco.
The one word I would use is retro. It's retro, where players really participate in the All-Star weekend, not just the game. Mm-hmm. You participate in all the events that you're capable of participating in.
Stephen Curry is the obvious front runner in the three-point shootout. Among this group, who stands the best chance to pull off the upset?
Stephen. I say K-Love. K-Love is a shooter. Going Larry Bird with it, So I'm interested to see how he does in the shooting contest. But who else is in the shooting contest?
I want to take Joe Johnson, man. Yeah. I want to take Joe Johnson. Ever since he came in the league, he's been a spot-up shooter, and when he flicks his wrist, it's always good. So he might give Curry a scare for real, though.
Yeah. It's either Joe or Kevin Love. Kevin Love can get hot. Joe can get hot. But don't even rule out Marco Bellinelli.
Or Aaron Aflalo.
Yeah. Who else is in it?
Aaron Aflalo.
Yeah. But let's keep it moving. Rising Stars Challenge. Chris Webber and Grant Hill are coaches, judging by these rosters. Who will win?
From the Rising Stars contest?
Yeah.
I would say Chris Webber's team will win.
Yeah, I'm going to take Grant Hill's team. I think in the end, he has more coaching in his system than Webber.
Yeah. Wait, because of Duke?
No. It has nothing to do with Duke. It has everything.
You know what? That brings the rivalry, you know what I'm saying?
Michigan Duke.
Yeah, that's the whole rivalry back, because, they both played against each other in the championship. So I think that's interesting, too.
I think Grant Hill is really educated. I think that he could be an assistant coach in the league right now. So I think he might utilize this as an opportunity to show his skills and say, hey, look at me.
Yeah.
I can get it done. I think he's serious.
I think Grant Hill got the better team. He got Bradley Beal, Damian Lillard, Harrison Barnes, and Waiter. And I think Waiter has some D Wade-ish in him.
He do.
He has some D. You know who holding that boy back?
Kyrie Irving.
Because Kyrie's a Carmelo 2.0.
I can't agree with that part of it because nobody really holds you back. You gotta still go out there and go for yours and make it work. Because it's not just his team.
Let me ask you a question. If you are the franchise player, right? You had a ball in your hand, and also Kyrie been accused by waiters of them playing favoritism on the court.
Well, there was a little friction between the two, and I think, just like Shaq complaining about Kobe, I do think Kyrie holds the ball too much, and I think, this year he needs to be, playmaking a lot more. He's got a lot of talent on the team, bigs, and he's got Deion Waiters right there as well. So the fact that they're like 15, 16 games under 500 is not good. And he's supposed to be a point guard, so he's supposed to be playmaking.
Let's move on.
What kind of basketball player are you?
Right now I'm playing the 5. I got to get the toughness down as first. And then eventually work my way to a, point, what you call, small forward, play the 4. Yeah.
Is that the interview you seen?
Yeah, I was interviewing.
All right, and for the most people out there who don't know, that's Thon Maker, 14-year-old kid, 7'1". He's a center. He's all over the court, pulling up a jumper, sinking threes. Many compare him to Kevin Durant right now, and he still has 2 years left in high school. If he was in the NBA right now, and I'm gonna start with you, Q-Bell, how many points per game would he average?
He'd average 0.00, sir, because he would not even see the floor. I mean, this is the one question I was waiting to talk about. I saw the video Joe Flood put up, and I went and did my homework, and he's a great high school player. But as a sophomore in high school, you are never mentally ready for the league, period. He wouldn't even see the floor. Any coach to put him on the floor should be fired. It's ridiculous. So this is a topic that, in my opinion, I say he doesn't get no points. It's going to take him at least another 2 or 3 years mentally to mature just to even be prepared to play at that level. So it's good to compare people because of his skill and his height, but at the end of the day, you can't get carried away. He's just a sophomore, 15, 16 years old. So he's a kid. Let him be a kid and develop.
Actually, I'm going to call him the kid because, this dude is a marvel, man. He's like, 7th, 8th wonder of the world. And I think if he was to play in the NBA today, he would get injured because I'm not sure if he's strong enough for that NBA grind. But I will say this. I think looking at his growth, he's from the Sudan by way of Australia. He has some good genes. And I could see him in the league at the age of 17 if we didn't have these rules. Because I think he's far. LeBron could have played in the league at 17. He's farther along than anybody I've seen, and regardless, whenever he comes to the league, he's gonna change the game.
In what way? In what way? This man is 7'1". What position is he gonna play?
Hold on. Let me ask you this question: have you ever seen a 7'1" guy do everything he do? Usually, when they come that tall, they're stiff. And all they can do is stand in there and block shots.
Right.
I give you a perfect example. Kwame Brown. If you watch Kwame Brown's highlights in high school, all he was doing was dunking and blocking shots. You see on that clip right there, this guy's dribbling, he's dunking, he's blocking shots, he's leading a fast break, he's breaking people down. You never seen nobody do that before. I'm not saying he should be playing because, like Jamil say, I think he would get injured.
NBA grind.
Definitely. Yeah. But Jamil pointed out to something that when he get there, he might change the game.
And he might be 7'3", and I think, you look at Garnett, he's 7 feet. Dirk, 7 feet. So I think, where would he play? If coach want to get cute with it, coach put him at shooting guard. But
this is the point that I want to make.
Hold on. But I think he will play from 3 to 5 positions.
Okay,
3 through 5.
Yeah, positions 3 through 5. But the point that I want to make is that we've seen all this offensive talent. We ain't seen none defensively. How do we know that he can guard somebody on the wing? How do we know that his footwork and that he knows angles and all that? We see a few dunks. We see him dribbling behind his back and doing all this against other high school players, his peers. I saw the video. The point guard's 5'2". That's how they come in high school. He's 7'1". He's supposed to do what he's doing when he has that kind of talent. But the reality is that this man mentally cannot play that game at that level.
Let's talk sports. Who we got?
Green Greason.
Green Greason.
What's up, Green?
Can I ask you a question, Green?
Yes, sir.
Where are you calling from?
Jersey.
Okay. Hey, you pretty close to this topic we want to talk about, right? What we on right now is we talking about this kid. I don't know how to say his name. Thon Maker. Have you ever heard of him?
Say it again.
His name is Thon Maker.
Thon Maker. Yeah.
Thon Maker.
Have you heard of him?
No, sir.
This kid is 7'1". I'm gonna advise you.
Wait. You're talking about the skinny guy that can really, really play.
Yeah, the African kid.
7'1", 14-year-old.
I didn't know his name, but I heard about him.
Have you seen this highlight clip?
Yes, I have.
Let's talk. Let's talk. We on Let's Talk Sports, man.
I think the kid is just like a phenom, and he's still young. Imagine he's going to grow, what, 3-4 more inches?
Yeah.
Going to put on 20, 30 pounds?
Yeah.
He's going to be Elijah Wan mixed with, like if Jordan's going to be 6, they're probably going to change the rules for the kid. Going to have to raise the rim up another foot. It's going to be, I think they should raise the rim up.
Hey, I think I got a guy in here, Q Bell, right? I'm not sure you're familiar with him. He's making faces at you right now.
You act like you ain't buying the thing.
I'm not buying nothing because the reality is that the best attribute this man has is his coordination for now. He shouldn't even want to grow anymore. He shouldn't want to get those pounds. That's where the uncoordination's gonna come in. He needs to stay right where he is and get mentally prepared and tougher.
But nobody said he's going to the NBA now.
That was the original question. And he wouldn't be ready 2 years from now.
I don't even think that's logical. He's still a kid.
Hey, Green. The original question was, how many points per game do you think he will average right now?
In the NBA or just in his
In the NBA.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. He's easily 17-10. Easily.
We just made Choo hop up on that one.
Look, he's not even sitting there no more.
Boy, you gotta understand. You know, he's gonna be the best players in the world, so what are you gonna do?
He said 17-10. That was crazy.
I like what Kenny Smith said as far as high schoolers jumping to the NBA back before they had the age limit. He said if you haven't played against an NBA player before, you should really think about coming to the league. And I mean, you know, so I think that's like jumping too far ahead. But at the same time, I think when he does make it to the league, he will change the game.
Hey.
And then to answer you, I think his height and his coordination together are his best attribute.
Hey, Greenson, you still there?
Yes, sir.
Hey, I'm finna use you to take you into our next topic, right? I'm gonna play this clip and I'm gonna tap right back into you.
Now, Jim Harbaugh will come to the center of the field to meet Pete Carroll, who is not a happy camper. No question about it.
They don't seem very happy with each other.
It'd be interesting. They said nice game. Well, I'm sure it was said behind clenched teeth.
Hey, Green, I'm not sure if you can see the clip where you at, right? But it's obviously Harbaugh and Pete Carroll battling for in the last 7 years, right?
Yeah.
Pac-10, Harbaugh, he ended USC dynasty, 6-4 against him all time. But it's obviously Pete Carroll that got the last laugh. I'm gonna use you to start off this topic, man. Who's the better coach?
I don't like the 49ers, so I can't speak logically right now because anything 49ers outside of right and a lot bumps to me. And I'm just being honest. And I'm gonna say I always thought Pete Carroll was overrated. And I guess honestly, I think Harbaugh is slightly better, but you know, Pete Carroll, his situation works for him. You know, didn't Harbaugh try to ruin Sherman's career?
That's what Sherman says, you know, and I think you got to watch what Sherman says because he always needs a chip on his shoulder, you know. So after they whooped on the Niners, he said that so he could have a chip on his shoulder, have a reason not to like him once they play the Niners again. But with that said, I think Pete Carroll is the better coach, man, in my opinion. Harbaugh's a great coach. You know, I think it's similar to, and I think it's similar to, it's a similar question to Phil Jackson and Larry Brown.
Yeah,
you know, who's better, you know, because Phil Jackson, he's won championships. Larry Brown's got one, but he's built franchises up. You know, and when you look at Pete Carroll, he's a champion in college, and he's a champion in NFL. Harbaugh has the head-to-head advantage, but even in college, Pete Carroll's got the better rings and the better championships with the weaker quarterbacks. And in the NFL, Pete Carroll's got the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but also, you know, you got to realize like this. I'm not even going to say who is better. I just say that I can look at it kind of as a tie. They're both really great coaches, but when you look at the teams that they coach and which players respect their coach and have good morals and have dignity and want to play for them, you have to give Harbaugh the upper hand. And you have to look at his family background. And you have to give Harbaugh the upper hand. His brother is a coach. His family, they all know. So he comes from a long line of coaches. So when I look at the teams that they have both coached in college and in pros, I have to give a slight edge to Harbaugh.
We got to take the call. Who we got? Let's talk sports.
Get him over there.
Oh, that's the booty
Get him, yeah.
It's been a while since we talked to the
What's
booty
up,
caller.
booty man? But hey, he should have called on Michael Sam's top. But you know,
we're going to wrap up the show just like that. Until next time, people, let's talk sports.
Hey, I'm going to go more on that one, though.
They kicking us out. Look, you got the bouncers right there.
Yeah. Woohoo, y'all like gangbusters. All right, let's do it.